Welcome to Softcore History.
Hello, welcome back to Softcore History. We are coming toward the end of Halloween Horror Month. It's our penultimate week, Halloween Horror Month. Super excited to be back from Florida. Just got back in. I'm sorry I missed you guys last week. It was an awesome episode with Jesse. I'm halfway through right now.
Yeah, they're not sorry.
What?
They're not sorry.
No one's sorry but me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But
That you showed up today?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Either way, more importantly, we just got done recording an amazing episode of our Patreon. Dan just did a really cool one. There was 3 serial killer stories. We worked through a pitch for each of them for a Netflix deal.
Yeah.
All from the 19th century.
All from the 19th century.
None of this modern bullshit.
No Jeffrey Dahmer, no Ted Bundy, no Ed Kemper, John Wayne Gacy, none of those losers.
Yeah, this isn't true crime bullshit. And one, by the way, of those serial killers on the Patreon episode has an incredible history in terms of his he spans continents.
He does.
He's maybe one of the most
Allegedly.
famous serial killers of all time.
Well,
But you can find out.
That, yes.
We may have determined something huge, guys, about a certain really famous serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to find that out, you have to go to our Patreon. Go to softcorehistory.com, or I'm sorry, patreon.com/softcorehistory.
Already fucking up.
Yep.
I know.
Where there are also, by the way, now daily blogs from news of the past. Every day I break down just some wild, random-ass news story. Kind of, it's like that episode we did a while back. What is it? We Never Wanted Real News, something like that.
Yes.
Where we just went through a crime page of a paper in 1897. Now I'm basically doing that every day.
So Rob Fox, person you just heard, because Jake has not introduced us yet, going to be doing daily blogs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not Patreon. People don't. These could be brand new people. They have no idea.
Yeah, that's true.
The terrible host you're hearing right now is Jake Goldman.
I'm getting introed on my own episode.
Dan Regester.
Yeah. We have stuff you can pay for.
Yeah. You got intro cucked.
Yeah, that's okay. So, yeah, patreon.com/softcorehistory. Only $5 a month. You get an extra episode every week. You get daily, Monday through Friday, blog posts from Rob about stuff that happened in the past.
Like
Old
deeply
news.
random. It's literally like news stories.
Yeah.
This is not like remember the main, like massive geopolitical events. These are random, tiny, local news stories from right now, the 1890s.
It's kind of like a slice of life.
Yeah.
Back then.
I love doing it because it's so, and I wrote about this in one of the blog posts. I don't remember which one that I've already done, but it's just hilariously like illuminating reading the news of the past and reassuring in a lot of ways.
Because, as we always say, shit don't change.
Shit don't change.
People don't either. So that's why the shit doesn't, because the people don't.
Yeah,
We're
because
very,
we make the shit.
we became modern humans like what, 20 or 100,000 years ago or
100,000 years
something?
ago, yeah.
And we haven't changed much since then.
Yeah.
The stuff we've created.
Life has been on Earth for like over 200 million years.
Yeah.
We've been around for 100-ish thousand.
In this state, yeah.
Yeah.
It's we just made cooler shit to distract us, basically. So yeah, check that out. Patreon.com/softcorehistory. So I have 3 stories for you. Stories I normally couldn't do a normal episode on, but I just find them interesting. One's very real and horrifying. One is a hoax and horrifying. And one is so weird from source information and stuff that like no one's sure if this ever actually happened or if it did, or like it's super disputed. And it goes to my favorite country in the world, Russia.
Oh.
It involves aliens.
I just assumed at least one of those was the Holocaust.
Yeah. Which one's real, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with a shorty here. And then at the end, you're going to tell me I'm going to have follow-up stuff for each story.
So the one with the least amount of details, I'm going to say, this is the real one.
It'd be an interesting
Oh,
take.
so you mix it up. We don't know which one's the real one, which one's
We
the...
had a guess.
Okay.
So I have facts for each one after. Like we're going to...
And you're not going to reveal anything until the very end.
Yeah, then I have segments for each one after.
Okay.
And after you
Sick.
guys pick.
All right.
Okay. So first one. On December 8th, 1895, the Boston Sunday Post published an article titled, The Wonders of Modern Science that shocked readers all across America. It talked about an assortment of human freaks, which we all know and love.
Love us good freak.
Love good freak. That had been studied by British scientists. While some of these tales were less believable than others, the spooky story of Edward Mordrake appeared to be real.
Edward Mordrake is a creepy name.
Yes, it is.
The world did not need more Drake.
No, they needed less.
Like Edward Mordrake, the boy with 7 knees, or
Actually,
like whatever.
Multiplicity is an important part of this story.
Okay.
Things that you have too many of is kind of Edward Mordrake's bag.
Have you ever seen the picture of the circus girl who had backwards knees?
No, like flamingo legs?
Yeah, and she crawled.
Man.
She got married and had kids.
Did they crawl? I mean, they all
the
crawl
inspiration
now.
for the girl
But
from
she-
the Ring?
What?
The girl from the Ring crawls like that.
She was very Samara-esque. I believe that's the ring girl's name.
She doesn't sleep.
Well, why would she?
Yeah, she's a fucking ghost, kid.
Right.
Of course. Why that's a creepy part of that movie, but it's not creepy when you think about it because
Makes perfect sense.
logistically, it's like, well, yeah, she lives in a television.
Oh, yeah, the ghost doesn't sleep?
Yeah.
I didn't expect the ghost to sleep.
Dude,
It's a fucking
It's actually
ghost.
weirder if the ghost does sleep.
Right, yeah,
you
it's
like
very
walk
bizarre.
up on a ghost in a cot, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey,
Wake the
spooky
fuck
time,
up.
baby.
That's one of my favorite things about Twilight is Edward's like, yeah, we don't have beds in our bedrooms because we don't ever fucking sleep.
Yeah.
It
Makes
just
sense.
seems like they were trying to, budget cut there
What, the coffin?
for the movie.
Yeah.
Caskets are expensive.
Mattresses.
Although,
can
as
be
we know,
too.
the markup's crazy.
The markup on a casket.
On the
Can you
casket.
imagine having to haggle for like a child's casket? You're like, I just don't understand why this is only $500 less.
I feel like
than
it
an
could
adult
be a
casket.
2-for-1, right? Like the child casket. Like I'm sure if you buy in bulk for like a car accident, you're probably getting cheaper.
Oh, dude, Costco caskets. You
They
got to
do.
think they have a casket
No, they do.
on Costco. Do they?
Yeah.
Really? Have you seen it?
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if there was a Kirkland brand casket,
I'm gonna look real quick.
but
I
it would say
guarantee you
Kirkland
probably
on
get
it, which is a
Costco
problem.
Casket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah. They're cheap, bro.
How
It's
much
like $1,000.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. Costco actually has caskets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Costco. It's a
online
whole.
only, or can I just go to a Costco and pick one up? 'Cause
I-
Good God,
There's
this is
one-
real.
it's so cheap that I could just.
Do you see how many caskets?
use it
Good Lord.
Like if you really cared about Halloween, why wouldn't you just go to Costco?
Are they
and pick up
Kirkland?
for decor?
Does it say Kirkland?
It's by Prime. It's not Kirkland brand, but it could be just another like shell Costco company called Prime.
Right.
But yeah, there currently are 9 caskets on the Costco
That is
website.
upsetting.
None of them are over $1,500.
Where are
So
the
that is-
baby caskets?
there are no baby caskets unless there's a size option. The Lord's Prayer casket.
Is that for babies?
No.
Is that for babies?
No, it's not. It's not. There's no size option.
Obviously, after he's baptized.
Well, right.
Of course.
If you don't baptize your baby and it dies, you throw it into the river.
If you order this by 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, we can have it by Friday.
Well, no, it's a limbo basket.
Okay, wait. Hear me out. Let's order a casket to someone's house.
Okay, hold on. I'm
Do
looking
you
at
have
the
anyone in particular that you're thinking of?
I'm looking at the return section right now because we could possibly order a casket, do that joke, and return it.
Yeah.
I'm a Costco.
Hold on.
Same.
We need to figure out who to send this fucking casket to. Oh, absolutely. I still have house money in my checking account. House sale money. I can spare $1,000 right now
Just to return?
just to send a casket to somebody.
But how do we return? We'd have to go to the house and pick it up.
Yeah, we'll eventually be like, ah! The important thing is their initial reaction to a casket getting dropped off.
Do we strap like a GoPro to it?
Yeah, we'll have to put like a deer cam in their front yard.
Hold on.
Trail cam.
Oh man, there's a lot of reviews on these caskets.
What? How?
Well, are we dealing with 5 stars?
There's
or?
1 star. Defective casket. I called Prime Caskets 2 weeks prior. Oh, this is sad. 2 weeks prior to my son's funeral and was told to call a week later. I called as I was told, placed an order and received a defective casket. The casket doesn't close.
They just kept trying to make it click.
Oh, it's a real bummer that it's the son's casket.
They're refusing to take my call for a replacement. So was he just chilling in the casket somewhere?
Listen, you get what you pay for, all right?
It's, I hate to say it, but you order a casket from Costco, you get a Costco casket.
You fuck around, you find out.
There's a good chance you're going to have to use that dirt to close it.
Right.
It's the weight of
Like,
the
it will
world.
close.
Yeah.
It will close.
Yeah.
Enough weight will do it.
Oh, okay. Well, that aside.
We'll figure out who to send that casket to.
Yeah. Edward Mordrake was a very handsome English nobleman. He was described as a musician of rare ability. But while he had been gifted with good looks and creative skills and a really good intellect, he was also cursed with a second face on the back of his head.
Okay. So it's like a Voldemort situation? Like Voldemort, Professor Quirrell?
Was it the first movie?
Yeah. Yes. Professor Quirrell, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There's a picture of it, too. I will show you in a minute. It was a weird but slightly functioning face.
I'm sorry. This face moved?
It talked.
All right.
It murmured.
I'm already
I'm already
have my
out.
doubts.
Yeah.
All these freak shows, they were nothing but lies.
Right.
The ghastly face was not only capable of slight independent speech, but it also tormented Mordrake mercilessly for days on end.
How?
The creepy story described Mordrake's second face as lovely as a dream, but hideous as a devil. It would smile and sneer whenever Mordrake cried, like he would do a little.
Yeah, so if Mordrake was sad, it'd be like,
Yeah. And it was said to possess intelligence of a malignant sort. All of this.
what? What does that mean?
I'm getting to it.
Okay.
Yeah. All of this was corroborated by the Royal Scientific Society of Great Britain.
Okay.
So reportedly, Mordrake was unable to sleep as his devil twin would whisper, quote, Mordrake, things that you could only imagine in hell. So at night, he would hear it murmur things.
So it'd be like, what's the thing? What's the line from The Exorcist? Your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah.
It's just him, or it's Willem Dafoe talking to the suit, the Green Goblin suit.
Spider-Man. Kill Spider-Man. No, he's my friend. Kill him.
I love it. No, it would be really funny if Mordrake was going to sleep. It's like, kill the Spider-Man. And it's like, wait, what?
Also,
Spider-Man. That sounds hellish.
I gotta say, so one
Royal
thing,
British Society. Keep that in mind.
one thing I've learned reading the news from the past, which you can read on patreon.com/softcorehistory, is that, you know, they say kids now or people now are softer.
Yeah.
Right? We're bitches compared to the past. I disagree to an extent. So, like, I think we don't handle large trauma as well, like death, because it's less common in our lives, or like fucked up injuries, again, less common in our lives. Even serious sickness is less common than it used to be. Yeah.
Way more common, at least in the public.
What?
Like, we deal with death more.
No.
But not like on a personal level.
No, not on a personal level, which is where it... That the face? Showing the face?
Yeah, I'm showing you the face. It's right here.
Oof, that's not great. It looks like the dude from Fantasy Island.
It's just both the main characters from Fantasy Island.
Yeah.
Was
that
it Tattoo?
plane.
Tattoo?
Yeah, that plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen a single episode of, but I've seen
No,
pictures.
everyone knows
We've seen the guy.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Though, yeah.
But one thing that people in the past, like, weirdly did not handle well, despite like seeing death way more frequently, seeing maimings, all this stuff way more frequently, is like just hearing fucked up shit. It's like they could see fucked up shit, but if you were like talking about fucked up shit or saying weird things, like sexual or otherwise, that
Even our grandparents.
short-circuited them.
Our grandparents
Right.
couldn't handle
Dude,
it.
my grandmother, if I was
Any
like,
type of vulgarity.
if I was like, hey, grandma, I ate the juiciest pussy last night, that she would have a stroke. And
she would have had a brain aneurysm.
but her brother literally like was made mentally disabled by getting hit in the head as like a 8-year-old
yeah.
and died when he was, I think, like 15 or 16 from that.
And they just like powered through that shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the if they hear
But if I was like,
"Ugh,"
yeah, but if I was just like, nothing tastes good like a clitoris.
I think they're
Well, she wouldn't even know what a clitoris was, to be honest. But
No,
no one she
doesn't
was
know.
with did.
She didn't
Hey.
know it herself either.
hey, my grandfather was a hero. All right?
Doesn't mean he knows where a clit is.
He fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He didn't need to know where a clitoris was.
Right.
Fair. He fought in World War II.
Jake, little callback.
Clitoris doesn't need to be on your table.
Yeah, it's fine.
Little callback here. Every man she slept with at the retirement home did.
Ooh.
I suppose by that point.
So just to, there are conditions where this can happen, by the way. It's like...
Did he eat his twin, but it didn't fully die?
Yeah, situations like this is where it's like, maybe not eating a twin, but, joining and things like that. I think it's called like craniopagus parasiticus, where it's on the head.
Yeah.
So...
Do you ever think there are parents who want to have a baby, but then they find out they have twins and they just root for one of the twins to eat the other?
Kill,
yeah, in the womb. They're like, please absorb it.
My wife's sisters are twins, so
I know.
yeah, that's where I was. I was watching.
Do you ever try to trick one of them into sleeping with you?
How would that?
Because you're like, hey, you're twins.
I don't get it.
Be like, no, sorry, Katie. Like, I mixed you up with
your twin sisters.
Your twin sisters that are twins with each other.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah. You ever try to make that work?
I think it'll play.
That's the dumbest. Oh, I got you mixed up. I know they're twins, but
I was just saying.
Common mistake.
No, yeah, haven't tried that one out. Fucking idiot.
I think you should.
I think you.
Also, I can't hear the word twins without thinking and twins.
I know.
It's forever burned. Thanks, Bud Light.
No, was that Bud? I think that was Coors.
Here's the football.
I think that was Coors.
I think it's Bud Light. I think you should know that.
I think it was Coors.
You proved me wrong.
Probably in like it's any type of beer mixed with Hooters and John Gruden.
Like that song. It's love football on TV. Like, oh, you like watching television? Like watching
like
football?
Sports, baby.
Yeah, and twins.
And twins.
Yeah, it's Coors.
I knew I loved this beer. Drinking the Coors right now, baby.
You are.
So reportedly,
Mountains are not blue.
They're periwinkle. Not blue enough. Anyway, reportedly, Mordrake was unable to sleep as his devil twin whispered crazy things at him. Seeing no way out of his predicament, he took his own life at the age of 23 and left a note requesting the face be destroyed, lest it continues its stress.
First off, why didn't he do it? Destroy the face. Here's how you destroy the face. You take a shotgun and you put it in your mouth. And guess where most of that shotgun blast is going to go? Right through old Mr. Face on the back of your head.
Mr. Devil Face back there getting the bad end of the boomstick.
Yep.
Simple
The Mr. Devil Face is turning into Mr. Exit Wound real quick.
God, so you want him to do the Fight Club ending? That's how Tyler Durden, Ed Norton kills Brad Pitt.
Right.
He shoots himself in the mouth.
Or check it out, just lay in the back of a fire.
Yeah, burn that. Go coal walking.
Not the worst idea. I would have actually also gone to a doctor. Yeah, had someone sew his mouth shut. Or just slice off the face.
Yeah.
What are they like? You can't move the face because you'll die?
Gag it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Just packing socks in the back of your head and your devil face.
However much you punch that face is going to hurt that face way more than it hurts you.
Yeah. Unless you
Wait, let me see the face again.
You want to see the face one more time?
I do.
Yeah, but does that face have control of your brain? Because then he could kind of work his own magic.
Yes.
Yeah, what if so they have the same brain?
I don't know.
Or they're two brains?
This is a freak book from the 1800s, man.
What I would do also, just to insult it, when it would just say things like murder a baby, suck 8 cocks, and shoot up a school, I would just jack off and come in my hand and just rub it all over the fucking face, and just be like, "What? Shoot up what? Keep talking."
You're giving yourself a second facial?
No, I'm giving that. That's not me.
That's kind of you, though.
He's going to have pristine skin.
You're moisturizing the evil face.
I don't give a shit. I don't think it's going to like it. Either that or it'll love it, and you'll find out really quickly.
You're going to make him hotter.
He just becomes he's like, I'm the face now.
I'm the handsome one.
Yeah. We walk in my direction from now
Start
on.
walking backwards, bitch. Everyone wants to see the prize. Yeah, I love the devil face. I'm a big fan of this story. It's an old story. That's
What if he just sat down behind a glory hole?
just leaned his head back?
Yeah, he just sat down and leaned his head back against a glory hole. I was like, yeah, keep talking. Like that's where he sleeps, just to shut the face up.
Yeah,
he just sleeps leaned up against a glory hole.
yeah. He's at the Rainbow Stud every night, sleeping in a bathroom stall, just like have at it, boys.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it's like kill up.
If you're gonna open your mouth, you're not gonna like it. Yeah. Oh, all right. Raping your own face.
Yeah. You should light an orphanage on.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Next story.
I'm just straight up telling you I would lean.
I know what you would do. You would do horrendous. If you had any weirdo body part, it would be sexualized immediately.
I would out horrendous it within an hour. It would not win.
It would want to kill itself.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Yeah. Kill me.
Like, look, you
You'd be like, now
ain't
it's
got
just,
no hands.
like now it's just fun to have you here.
Now I get to torture you regularly. Yeah.
Every time I'm mad, you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I like your method of fixing the problem.
Raping it, essentially.
Face raping.
Getting it raped.
God.
It's,
okay, well.
it deserves it. It's saying horrible things.
Well, speaking of dark and terrible shit, we're about to go into the heart of darkness right now for our second story.
Okay.
The jungles of Vietnam.
The jungles of Congo, actually.
Yeah, Africa. Heart of Darkness. Vietnam, whatever. What's that movie? Apocalypse Now?
It's a Heart of Darkness in
adaptation,
Vietnam.
yeah.
Actually, everyone says Hearts of Darkness, the movie about making Apocalypse Now, is better than Apocalypse Now.
That's what I heard.
I watched Apocalypse Now and it wasn't good.
It's long. It's the Heart of Darkness, like beat for beat. Almost,
You could edit it. It'd be a much better movie.
It's pretty.
I think it was probably incredible for the time.
Cut some fat on it.
I think it was incredible for the time.
Anyway, in 1885, the state of Congo became private property of King Leopold II of Belgium, the most overlooked, horrendous country in all of colonization, except for maybe like
What, they gave the world waffles?
and
No, every
butchered.
terrible story you hear about colonization is probably about Belgium.
Yeah, I know. They get absolutely no blowback.
Do you know why?
Good PR.
Well,
PR,
people
it
felt
does-
bad for them immediately because they got conquered twice by Germany in like a 30-year span.
They got their ass whooped in
But
wars.
they pretty much committed mass genocide for fucking rubber.
They did for rubber, yeah.
For
That's the
rubber.
worst part. Like you see these pictures of
Well,
just butchered people that were working.
Cut off hands, all that shit. Yeah,
think
Yeah,
of
they-
all the good rubber does, though.
it's true.
It's dumb that it's really weird that rubber
Tires.
originally from a plant.
It is weird that my tires come from a plant.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I don't know if I said this on this show before, but I said it on a show before. The gasoline rationing in World War II had nothing to do with gasoline. We had plenty of oil. It was because the Japanese controlled the rubber supply, and we didn't want
Burn up
tires.
tires.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So, yeah, it became private property of King Leopold II. During its 23 years of this colonial ruling, the king never set foot in the country, yet he exploited its resources and enslaved its inhabitants, causing anywhere from 8 to 30 million deaths. And if it's on the high end of that, that's one of the largest genocides of all time. It might be the largest, actually.
30 mil would be easily the largest.
Would it over China and shit, too? With like Mao and stuff?
It depends on what you consider. I guess it depends on.
Well, I
Because
guess
there's like genocide where it's like the Holocaust, where it's like straight up
outgrew.
those 6 million Jewish people died at the hands of people versus at the hands
like
of policy where it causes
infrastructure.
famine. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right. And I guess, yeah, for all intents and purposes, this is a genocide too. It's in-group, out-group. It's you guys
For
are
sure.
savages and we're
Right,
killing
right,
you.
right.
Yeah, we don't care.
but there is, you get, there's, I guess, what you would call like getting loose with the numbers where it's like, well, were they killed or did they die? And it's the same way with the Irish too, by the way, with the English. Like the English weren't putting the Irish in camps. It's just their policies caused a famine and that killed. But it's not. I suppose you could say there's a difference between neglect and like shoving people into camps.
yeah, it's like neglectful, passive genocide.
Right.
Well, Belgium had
Not that it makes Belgium nice.
no.
If
And
you got the fucking
Passive
Monster.
genocide's not a bad band name.
Passive genocide?
That's a like.
Or is
indie
that a Ladder of Bones album?
passive genocide?
Yeah.
Lazy Bones. Anyway, they had a death squad called the Force Publique.
Yeah, well, see, that's active.
Yeah, it's an active genocide.
Yeah.
This is textbook genocide. So this was a militia established by the king to spread terror.
We just do an episode. Is it genocide?
Is it genocide?
Yes.
Yeah, always.
But then it's really just like first degree, second degree, third degree.
Yeah. Do you want to get into trying to find a new classification for genocide? Sounds like a really miserable activity.
I guess at some point semantics matter,
Yeah.
but not on softcore history.
No. So what they would do is they were established by the king to spread terror and establish power. They used to torture and mutilate men, women, and children. And it was pretty much one of the bloodiest pages in European. It's the bloodiest page in European colonization.
So if they killed 30 million people, that would be about, if not more than World War I. I think 50 million people died in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah, man. For rubber.
But also, who was this all under one king?
Leopold II, yes.
So he's got a higher kill count than Hitler, Stalin.
Well, no. I don't know that he has a higher kill count than Stalin or Hitler.
Stalin's is pretty insane.
Stalin does work. And Hitler, honestly, you can
You said
attribute
30 million. Right?
you can attribute any death in Europe to Hitler.
I guess.
Stalin kill count was 20 million.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
higher. I mean, we're not talking Mao numbers, but
Well, who can? Again, though, he's a volume shooter.
Yeah, Mao was about, they think, between 15 and 55
Right.
from the Great Leap Forward.
Yeah.
he was like Kareem. He just was there for a while.
Forever. And also just had opportunity after opportunity.
He did.
Okay, well, we know all that stuff's true. That happened. That I just said.
Yeah.
This kind of sets the stage. This is the era that sets the stage for our story
Okay.
about the scandal of James Sligo Jameson, heir of the famous Irish whiskey distillery that still operates today. Bartenders love it.
Is this the guy that jumped into the ocean to fight a squid for a barrel of whiskey?
I believe that's Johnny Walker.
No, that was the Jameson.
There's a Jameson commercial
yeah.
recently where it's like, his barrel went off the edge.
They probably
And after he sent in
No, I believe that was Prop
20
12.
Congolese slaves
to
killed by the squid, he had to go in himself.
to get his barrel back.
Thankfully, the squid was full of Congolese slaves.
It wasn't very hungry.
Yes, it was.
Famished, and it was very full. Kind of stuffed, actually. It needed a nap.
And so the Kraken slept.
No, yeah, I think that commercial may be one of the kind of like, oh, they made Disney's Frozen to get the Disney is Frozen
Right.
cryogenically SEO pushed down. Because there's a lot of Jameson origin story commercials. This one, not fun, but definitely dead Congolese people.
Okay. Now,
not
now I'm torn because on the one hand, it's terrible to go to a colony and kill people, but on the other hand, I'm proud of an Irishman for jumping out of his own colony and going to oppress other people.
Yeah. He really went out and got it.
Yeah.
Got after it. He was an entrepreneur.
Yes. So he was also a hunter and an explorer. He joined a relief expedition in 1886, despite the stated objective of this expedition being to provide aid to a area that was under siege. Its real task was to further expand Belgian settlements to Congolese territory.
Oh, I assumed it was to just hunt Congolese.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
In a way. Yeah.
Hunt them out of where they live.
Mm-hmm.
So on February 25th of 1886.
Oh, it's the day after my birthday.
Oh. The soldiers left Zanzibar, heading to the heart of what was then called Black Africa. Scandal happened when they arrived in Reba Kiba, a town known today as Lukandu. According to Assad Farhan, Jameson's interpreter for the area, during a meeting with the local tribe leaders, the Irish gentleman showed his curiosity for the practice of cannibalism.
Oh, fuck. I think you've told me this story
I
before.
probably have, because I'm like, I can't do a whole episode on it, but it's so fucked up.
Oh, God damn it.
In England, this is a quote from Jameson. In England, we hear much about cannibals who eat people, but being myself in the place, I would like to see it happen in person. The tribe leaders.
Why? Dude, I watched Green Inferno for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm done.
Green Inferno sucked. I was so hyped for that movie.
Is that Eli Roth?
Yes. Yeah, it's very much just like, oh, yeah, they're going to eat him.
Well, I watched that scene specifically where they chop the guy up to eat.
Yeah.
Like the old lady comes up, and she's like, and then plucks his eye out, and he just screams until he's dead.
It's just Eli Roth snuff porn. Like,
it is a literal snuff film.
Yeah.
And I have watched The Passion of the Christ.
It's not a literal snuff film, but yes, it is a snuff. It's almost snuff film.
It's close. Yeah.
It's simulated snuff.
It's real fucking close.
It's a gore fest. Yeah.
I mean,
I think Eli Roth is into snuff, personally.
Probably. He's probably watched one.
Have you ever heard the inspiration for Hostel? Is that he was doing research on snuff, and he found a website.
Eli Roth has killed a man.
Oh, dude, he's like, I found this website on the dark web where you could get a gun in
he's
a
killed
hotel
multiple
room.
men. Maybe women, too. Children. Babies.
He seems like the kind that you just look at him and you're like, you like killing.
Do you think he at one point recreated his scene from Inglourious Bastards? He's like, I want to do it for real.
Bear Jew?
Where he just beats a guy with a
Yeah.
bat.
Yeah. Teddy fucking ball game.
If it's to an actual Nazi, that's fine.
I guess.
Like a real one. Not like, that guy's a Nazi.
Yeah, you're a Nazi.
That's
because I said so, yeah.
Well, yeah, he just dressed a toddler in a Gestapo outfit.
Right. That's always a problem.
It's Hugo Boss, baby.
What?
You look great.
You got a problem with fucking up Nazis? It's like, no, I have a problem with you choosing who a Nazi is.
I have a problem with rabid vigilantism.
Yeah. I just feel like the
just like destroys like a 100-year-old man right now.
It's like, I thought he was a Nazi.
You were in that scene. That was an exec board scene.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Keller?
Yeah, where Keller's like, he studied abroad in Germany. He's like, dude, I punched a Nazi in the face. And you're like, what? You punched a neo-Nazi? And he's like, no, I punched an OG Nazi. It's like, what? You punched a 95-year-old man in the face?
Did it for you.
That's what I would think. Like Tim Kennedy has that show Nazi Hunter, and I just imagine him just beating the shit out of 102-year-old people.
Yeah, just in a fucking hotel bed, a hospital bed,
Have
just
you seen,
fucking them up.
Have you seen the Sean Penn movie about hunting a Nazi?
Which one?
He plays this like Robert Smith from The Cure, goth rock artist whose dad was like tortured in a prison camp, and he like tries to find a Nazi that did it to him. It is one of the weirdest fucking movies I've ever seen. He's like just gothed out like to a T, long hair, weird. It is a weird one. It wasn't good. I don't recommend it. I just didn't know if you'd seen it.
I won't watch it.
Don't. So yeah, he's like, yeah, we hear about all this fucking cannibal stuff. I want to see if it's real.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And
again, I wrote about this in one of the blogs. I don't know if it's gone up yet on Patreon, but it was just like, people talk shit on screen time a lot, but there are some things that screen time would have prevented. This is one of them. Right?
What do you think human meat tastes like?
Pig.
Oh, that's delicious. Though.
It's long pig.
They call it long pig, yeah.
Long pig.
There was a cop in Long Island who got busted for it, and his like dark web screen name was like Long Pig 29 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he actually like had a kid he was cooking. Like a child.
The craziest thing to me about cannibalism
so it's
is
like pig veal.
If you want to take the morality out of it.
All pig is pig veal. We only eat 1-year-old pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
So once
the pigs, all the bacon you get and everything, that pig only lived like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the point of a hog?
Oh, hogs taste like shit. Adult pig doesn't taste good usually.
But what do you sell them for?
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do with it? Do you breed them?
Yeah, you breed them, I guess. I don't know.
There's like just a mother pig.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway,
some farmer's gonna fucking DM us and be like, "You're wrong, you fucking city bitch."
Anytime you mention like
but you sounded confident.
I'm mostly right, but I could have gotten something wrong.
Yeah, no, and the people that call you out the fastest on the internet are working class people.
It's farmers.
Yeah, and thank you, farmers.
What do you have against the blue collar?
No, because they do skilled labor, and it's like we talk in generalities, and they're like, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right. The only thing we know about is what we do.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's the only thing anyone knows about. By the way, like if you are, for example, a farmer, and you start talking about how you think the media works, and we're not the media either, by the way, but you're like, this is how the media works. You're mostly wrong. You're mostly wrong.
The Jews do control it.
Yeah, obviously, but
Space
you're
lasers,
mostly wrong.
media.
The same way, same way people are mostly wrong about your industry. Think about every time you ever read a news story about something that was super close to you. like as close to as you could possibly think. And you're like, God damn, they got so much wrong. That's every news story.
It's every preseason article
Some
about your
farmer's
football
going to
team.
stunt on us, though, and like create some type of animation in After Effects and be like, what's up, bitch?
What do you
Look,
mean?
if that farmer does that, good for him.
Yeah. Oh, he's just going to do our collective job, start a podcast. Yeah.
He's better.
So,
Does our topic, the exact same topic.
That'd be
comes
sick.
better.
Yeah, but way better. And we listen to it, and we're like Salieri listening
yeah,
to Mozart. We just get infuriated.
it's like so good.
Yeah.
So he told that to the tribe leaders, like, hey, I want to see it. And tribe leaders were like, well, there are cannibals here. What do you want to do? And I think one of the tribe leaders was like, hey, man, you're a white guy. You're coming in here. You need to offer us something to try and see that happen. And, yeah, he decided to give them 6 silk handkerchiefs. And they went and kidnapped a 10-year-old girl.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. On reaching the native huts, the girl was led by the man who had brought her, was presented to the cannibals. The man told them, this is a present from the white guy. He wants to see how you eat her. And what they did was she was taken and tied to a tree. About 5 natives were sharpening knives, and then a man came up, stabbed her in the knife with a knife twice in the belly. The girl didn't scream because she knew what was going on. She was looking...
What? Also, first off, how does stabbing her in the stomach do anything?
Built different, all right?
So one of the things I read was it was kind of like I don't know, maybe it was kind of like the best way to drain the blood or something for eating or something
Makes
like that.
the meat.
I
less
mean,
tainted.
You would think the opposite, though. You'd want to do like the neck.
When they kill a pig, or a goat, they hang it upside, or a chicken, they hang it upside down and cut its neck, or
Yeah,
if the
drain it
chicken
from the
cut its
head
head
down.
off. Yeah.
Drain it out of the belly. It's just going to pour
Into the meat, right?
not into the meat, out.
Out.
It'd be like a kind of like a fountain.
These people are bad at their jobs.
Dude, do you think they were just like, dude, we're not cannibals, but I want those 6 handkerchiefs bad?
I guess fucking
Yeah.
man. Fuck, dude.
So she was looking for help. When she was stabbed, again, she fell down dead. The natives then came and began cutting her into pieces. One cut a leg, another an arm, another the head and the breast, and another took the inner parts out of her belly. After the meat was divided, some took it to the river to wash it, and others went straight to their house. During all the time, Mr. Jameson held a notebook and a pencil in his hand, making sketches of the scene, which can be found on the internet. So he was drawing a nice little sketch as a keepsake.
I thought you said we were supposed to decide which one was real.
Yeah, you're pretty much giving away the
Well,
kind of hook here.
well, it's disputed if the pictures are real.
Oh, well, that you just give it away then.
No, I didn't. You don't know. You really don't know, man.
So if you
Oh, well,
drink
I found-
Jameson,
I found him.
Rob, if you drink Jameson, you're supporting cannibalism?
I think that's the obvious answer.
Yeah, you support. But what I was going to say earlier, though, is I don't actually get, like, if you take the morality thing out of cannibalism for 1 second for this part of the argument, eating people as a person is extremely bad for you.
It's not good.
You
Also,
get, like, penny rolling. What is it like? Your brain deteriorates.
Yeah.
It's like you get prion diseases.
Isn't that
like,
what mad cow disease
Yeah,
is?
it's
Yeah,
a prion
yeah,
disease that
100%.
deteriorates your brain.
it's not healthy to feed people to themselves or any animal to themselves. Also, man, I'm looking at this Jameson sketch allegedly, and I don't know how else to say this. He really monkeyed these people up. Like they are not drawn.
That's
In a way I would call charitably
flattering.
flattering. Yeah,
Who drew this?
Jameson allegedly.
Oh, Jameson made sketches.
Yeah, he
himself?
was there to sketch it. He distilled whiskey and sketched. Although what's weird is the girl looks really nice, and then the men are all. I mean, good lord, this one is the missing
very
link.
Cro-Magnon.
Oh
yeah.
my god,
It's like Pinhead, large jaw.
This is
All right, today's Hitler.
one of these is insane.
It's a gorilla.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucked.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why people dispute whether or not the pictures are real. Is like, well, why is she drawn so like
Sweetly.
normally, and then this like
No,
this,
she has a very cherubic, almost. I don't want to go so far to say like quote unquote like not black face or something, but like
She's drawn lighter.
She's drawn softly.
So-
she's not drawn lighter. Like they're all roughly the same skin color.
Yeah, I
but like
guess.
her features are soft, and I know she's a woman or whatever. But like
They're very Anglo.
Now, other than
the features of the men though are goddamn.
animalistic.
other than
Yeah.
the outrageous racism, how's the drawing?
Pretty good.
It's a rough sketch.
I mean, I get the gist of what's happening.
Like the good with the pen?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I couldn't do this.
Yeah, couldn't do it. All right.
I mean, in terms of just like being able to draw anything, this
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Okay.
In
And-
terms of racial stuff, pretty awful.
And this is the third story
All right.
that we're going into. Going to Mother
Will you pour me a
Russia.
glass of Jameson real quick?
Yeah, you want this Kraken special?
Yeah.
Yes, this is there is no conflict-free Jameson.
No, it's all conflict.
It's all conflict. In the summer of 1948, in the countryside of the Stavropol territory of Russia, 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, were tending to a herd of cows. In the afternoon, they had lunch, and then the boy decided to take a nap, moving a little away from the herd and the girls. He was awakened by a sharp whistle, and when he jumped up, he saw nearby an object of silver color, resembling a huge inverted plate.
What does an inverted plate mean?
It's just a plate.
It's just a plate.
It's a plate.
It's a plate.
Yeah.
How do you invert a plate?
Well, this is a quote from the kid. That's what he described it as.
He sounds dumb.
Or smart. He used inverted. He's a kid in Russia.
I fucking guess, man. It was an inverted piece of paper. What? The fuck does that mean?
It's an inverted brick.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Invert the bird.
So it was, I guess because it was like curved down instead of like curved up like a plate would be. It's curved down. So upside down plate, an upside down saucer. You could have said a saucer. Either way, it's a plate.
It just sounds. I don't like the way he said it.
Okay.
We're already out in the story.
I'm super out. Yeah.
This actually kind of has a lot of similarities to the Betty and Barney Hill story,
Okay.
but it happened earlier, before the common tropes that started with the Betty and Barney Hill.
So the Soviets undercut us in the space race once again. Look, it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Oh, they got the first satellite. Who cares? Sputnik. Blah blah blah. Oh, they put the first dog into space to murder. Great. Who cares?
Dude,
Yeah.
They forget. They were sending dogs up there.
Is it too early to call?
The space race?
Yeah.
I think we won pretty easily.
Well, if
No,
someone
I
gets
mean,
to
if
Mars,
Russia does something right now.
yeah, if Russia got to Mars tomorrow,
Russia's not getting to anywhere tomorrow.
Can you imagine if they pulled it off in the middle of all this?
I
They
mean,
got to
look, I
Mars?
actually think.
What if they skip?
Well, here's the thing.
Jupiter, bitch, what's up? Like,
I think that
Big red
actually China, Russia, and the U.S. are capable of sending someone to Mars right now. I think that's indisputable.
oh, sure. If they were like, you know what, we're gonna put all this bullshit aside. Let's get to Mars. They could do it. Yeah, for sure.
No, they don't even need to try hard. They could. I mean, they'll die there almost immediately.
Well, you send hobos,
Right.
Yeah.
special
As
trained
Dan
hobos.
wrote. Yeah.
Yes.
Like Russia could
2 for 1.
rocket someone to Mars tomorrow. I think. Certainly we could. It's just that they would die in a week.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get back.
And they would definitely not come back.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a fun trip for them. Be a
No.
death trip. That's the thing, man. You never want to be the first to a foreign celestial object.
I know. Do you remember?
I don't know. Neil Armstrong disagrees.
Do you remember that scam Mars One, where people signed up to be on the first 100 people to actually
Yeah, what
go
happened
to
with
Mars?
that?
It was a scam.
Was it?
But imagine your significant other signs up for Mars One to go on this expedition to leave you
Forever.
forever.
But then,
and then they're like, "Oh, just kidding. It's not a real thing. I can't leave. You want to try to make this work?"
Yeah, no. It's like
what if you were hoping they'd leave though, and you didn't want to like download Tinder until?
Until they
until
got on the rocket.
the rocket took off.
Yeah.
It's like T minus. You got the app queued up.
Yeah. Right.
you
yeah,
don't
right.
even have to go through the divorce.
Yeah. How quickly after a divorce are you downloading Tinder?
After divorce.
Yeah. Like your wife serves you the papers. How quickly after?
I think
If I got served papers, it would be like
I think it's way before.
like if I got served papers unknowingly
Yeah.
and it was like this is happening,
Yeah.
I'd be on it like immediately.
But knowingly, you probably were on Tinder months beforehand because divorce takes a while.
Yeah, like if it's like by the time the divorce is official,
separated,
I mean,
you're-
yeah, you're separated. But
Yeah. That's
but like you're saying, oh, Katie,
the
comes in,
moment you find out about the divorce.
like throws papers at me, we're fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably be on it.
Night?
Not that night. I'd probably go on a pretty hard bender in which at some point something would be downloaded.
Well, you'd be out to the bars that night going
Doesn't divorce you.
Me too, for what it's worth.
Signs up to go on that rocket. How many days?
Wait, what?
The rocket takes off is when you get on it.
I think. I think way before the rocket takes off,
the legal standing at that point? Yeah.
I'm just on Tinder like, oh, you're going to Mars? All right. We're not together anymore.
Yeah.
If someone was like, I'm leaving the planet, I'd rather do that than be with you.
What if
it's kind of a slap in the face.
What if she divorced you while she was on Mars and you had to pay alimony to her?
In Mars?
But she was on Mars.
So it's just an account I'm putting shit in an account that's never being touched.
Yes.
That would be infuriating.
No, but the money,
so bad.
The money gets sent like a bank tube through space.
A mnemonic tube. They're just laying track through space. You just gotta go to the fucking space tube once a month, like fucking A. It's just shooting into the sky.
It's not even money. It's just like little resources you gotta throw in there.
It's like, send me toothpaste.
Here's your oath.
That's kind of what they do when soldiers are on deployment, pretty much. They're like, they don't give us anything here. Please send toothpaste and body armor.
Body armor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, soldiers got like our soldiers would have to get like mail ordered shit to like extra reinforce their Humvees and shit all the time.
Oh shit, that's like Generation Kill. They're doing that.
Yeah,
shit
they talk about that in Gen Kill. Yeah,
and that's kind of what they're doing too in War Dogs.
Yeah,
they're like running guns for like when the military can't do it for them.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just contracting in general, but yeah. Anyway, this kid sees an inverted plate. Rob hates that. And 3 tall and thin humanoid beings come out dressed in tight-fitting silver suits, very similar to the suits in the Benny and Barney Hill thing. They were black suits, but same description as
right. A bunch of twinks and spandex. Got it.
Exactly. These creatures approached the boy, and although he was frightened, he found himself paralyzed, and they moved him in a trance onto the ship. Once on the ship, he was moved through a tight hallway. There, the boy saw in the corridor there were 4 cages. There was a woman in one cage, a bear in another cage, 3 men in a cage, and then 1 man in a cage. And as they're walking through, the bear sees the aliens and he's freaking out.
Yeah.
The bear's like, "Rawr!"
Going fucking bananas. Yeah.
The lady's freaking out, crying hysterically. The 3 dudes are all freaking out. But there's one guy. The one guy is like not freaking out because he sees the boys all freaking out. So he's like, "Hey, man, like
you're okay. You're
good,
okay, sweetie."
You're just a kid." Which I am not that person. If I'm on an alien craft and they bring a boy in, I'm not going to be there for the boy.
Well, look, as a father,
yeah,
I can tell you,
and as a dog dad,
yeah,
I'm a dog dad.
I can tell you. Well,
I'm a dog dad.
I am essentially your dog stepdad.
Oh no, you're going to be blown away.
No, someone's raising his dog for him.
Yeah,
he sent his dog to boarding school.
Some on a boarding train because we went out for 2 weeks, so we figured tune up.
Was he acting up?
He's acting up a little bit. He's not acting up anymore.
He bit Rory.
We came out during, you weren't here for the birthday party, but it was kind of weird. We were all hanging out outside.
Yeah, it's kind of weird when your dog bites your friend's baby.
Well, it wasn't like so much of a bite as in he just like locked on top of his head and was shaking him.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
And that's the good thing about babies, though, is they have such hard heads.
No, we're pretty worried he can't read.
He can't read anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's fucked up.
The boy says that the man's name was Alexander in the cell. The man was like, "My name's Alexander.
Yeah.
Figure this out."
Were they all Russians?
Yeah, everyone's Russian.
Everyone in there was Russian, including the bear.
The bear is the most Russian person in there.
Yeah,
especially if he's on like
the bear was actually that guy from Street Fighter.
If he's actually on a motorcycle,
Zangief.
Yeah, the one that's like,
yeah, the big one.
Well, he is
the jack guy who has the triangle of pubes on his chest.
Yeah, he is a literal bear.
He is the most. He probably ignited some things in like young boys in the '90s way more than we know.
Probably
that bear culture starts with Zangief.
Yeah, that man's gay as hell.
Yeah,
that dude.
You see his pants?
Yeah,
dude, he's got fucking tighty whities.
He's got a hog.
Yeah. Anyway, Alexander was a farmer. He told the boy that he was a farmer from the Ural Mountains. The other men there were too. They were all from that region. They had all been picked up pretty recently. And the aliens leave them alone. They go off, do alien stuff. And then they come back, and the aliens grab one of the guys from the other cell, pull out a table, and start chopping them up. With like mechanical, like machines, whatever.
And this is all documented. Yeah.
Well, this is the story the boy told, right?
Chopping him up, Like he's dead.
They kill him. Yes.
Okay.
But the guy is not reacting when they're doing it. Like he's in a trance state.
Yeah.
And so Alexander's trying to like, hey, don't look over there. Look at me.
Right.
Look at me. Don't freak out. And the aliens wash the body off, wash the parts off, and put them in little boxes. And they're like tagging them and stuff like that.
Got to use it.
Yeah. So they're documenting all of the body parts and stuff. And they leave again. Alexander's like, we got to get out of here. You're small enough to fit through this opening in the whatever you call it, the cell.
Bars.
So
why are aliens using bars? I don't buy this story.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, sure. But anyway, so what part do you not buy?
Aliens having a human prison cell?
Okay, for this story, please keep in mind, we're talking about the story itself.
Yeah, I would think like laser bars. Just keeping kids in.
Yeah, lightsaber bars.
Yeah. We're talking about like the story's existence. Is it like where did it come from? The origins of it?
We
Is
don't
it
buy
real
it.
or fake? Anyway, because like Betty
see through your bullshit.
Betty and Barney Hill is a real story. It's very documented. The parts that are under dispute are what happened when they got on the ship.
Right.
They know they saw something crazy.
Or that they
like
got on a ship.
If they got on a ship at all, right? Or if they were.
We never talked about, or I never asked. Did Barney ever get his like butthole tested?
Yeah, we talked about it in the episode. That's on Patreon as well. Patreon.com/.
No, I mean like, did he have the human authorities look at his butthole for?
Oh, like for trauma? I don't know.
Well, yeah,
I bet he didn't.
He became radioactive.
He probably just never talked about it except for under hypnosis.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something Barney would be.
It's like I don't want to know.
Yeah,
it's like I'd rather just.
You don't think he's
die.
going in for a prostate exam?
I think Barney had 2 prostate exams in his life.
He just farts and it's like.
The one that he was forced to have, and then one when he was like 65.
Yeah, he died of a brain aneurysm.
The thing is, you should get it checked out after you're 35.
I thought it was prostate. Oh,
you can never be too careful.
Oh, I thought it was 20.
Wait, prostate? No, that's for self-examination.
No, 20.
Yeah, you start self-examining it. That's
that's to see if you're cool.
Yeah,
if you're in, we should let you in the fraternity.
Yeah,
so 18 really.
Yeah, that's when I did it, but
yeah, gym class.
14. Yeah, because my high school's all guys, and it was like you had a prostate to even be there.
It's like, do you want to make varsity?
Yeah,
everyone's done this.
I didn't though, but it was worth it to try.
Yeah, that's a tough try. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
I don't know.
Talking about aliens.
Just check me.
Probing.
Yeah,
probing for the truth.
Probe.
So Alexander pushes the boy through the bars, and he gets him out. There's a button he's able to hit.
Mm-hmm.
He uses some of Alexander's clothes to be able to stand on it and hit the button. Alerts the aliens, and they come out. And they're like, "What the fuck?" They like paralyze them again, put them back in the cell.
Yeah,
and they're telepathically like, "Don't do that." And he's like, "Why are Alexander? I guess this is all telepathy. Or like, why are you doing this? Like, we feel this shit." They're like, "Oh shit, really?" I guess they're like, "Why are you so smart and these other ones are dumb? Like, they didn't get out. You did. You're clearly smart. We're not going to kill you. You have intelligence." And they're like, "Oh no, all those people have intelligence. They're just scared shitless."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh man, our bad. We thought they were just like the bear." They thought that just everything's a lower life form, basically.
Right.
Aliens explain it. And this is all from the story from the boy.
Right.
And they're like, "Shit, our bad."
Like, oh my God, we cut that guy up?
No, they actually felt really bad about it. They apologized profusely. They're like, "We thought they were like bears or like little animals. We didn't know you guys were smart." So then they were like,
that feels like the aliens are dumb.
kind of.
Like, I feel like I could look at something and understand it was sentient.
Right.
Like, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, you'd be like, that's pain. It's feeling like scared. And
even if it's like, oh, yeah, well, I have to put it under this trance so it doesn't have a fucking anxious nightmare before I kill it.
Cut it up, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, there's...
Dude, you bonk fish on the head to do that?
I can tell the difference, for example, between, I don't know, a cricket and a monkey? You know what I mean?
I guess though, like, say you're not familiar with, maybe emotions aren't the same or whatever. You have to think like, okay, they used problem-solving skills to get out of there.
Also, what if crickets can just feel everything?
They actually feel the most. Crickets are chronically depressed. That's why.
Isn't
they're
there something with
screaming.
temperature, like how many times they creak in a given minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can-
temperature.
I understand that. They're still not as...
That doesn't necessarily mean it's smart. They're like out there forecasting.
What's smart to us?
Flowers react to temperature.
Yeah.
Our idea of smart doesn't necessarily mean
Everything's actually. There was a thing a couple years ago that plants understand when they're being eaten
yes.
and
They feel pain.
release pain.
Yeah.
So I don't know at this point what vegans are trying to prove.
So we're not on that wavelength. So I'm saying like maybe
Right.
aliens are we're the plants to aliens.
I mean, we would have to be more plant-like than anything.
Or just lower life form, like, instinct-based and not like rational thought.
Plants are smart as hell.
They are. They have a whole neural network.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the smell of fresh cut grass that everyone loves, that's actually the pain release, like the screaming of grass when you smell it. That's like the whatever they release when damage is happening.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucked up that we love it though.
Yeah, we're kind of. It kind of makes sense for us. I feel like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though. It's like we want it. We want to do that.
We're sadist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're little weirdos. Anyway, the aliens are like shit or bad. They're like, we actually came here because of they came in. So this story happens in 1948. This is a common occurrence in a lot of alien encounters.
What, they saw the nukes?
They saw the nukes. They're like, we saw a signal that there was a big nuclear explosion here, and we were trying to figure out what happened. They explained there was a bomb. They're like, what the fuck are you using that shit for bombs for? You can power these things with this. Like, so they said they were there to mine and try to find radioactive material. Either way, they let him off. Boy tells the news. And that's that story. So
Now this
I
just
love that they-
This seems like anti-war propaganda.
Yeah.
so
I just love that they cut one guy up before they figured anything out. First off, yeah, this story's total bullshit because they don't understand these people are smart, but they communicate through telepathy.
yeah. That's what you're going with? You think this one's the bullshit, like total bullshit?
Total bullshit.
I
What were the?
I think it is total bullshit, but in this circumstance, with the way Jake laid it out, probably not.
Wait, what are the categories again? I forget.
One's disputed, one's a verified hoax, and one's real.
Okay,
This is disputed.
Dan's correct.
this is the disputed one.
This is the disputed one. Yeah.
What were the other two again?
The Face Man and the Jameson.
The face man's a total hoax, and Jameson's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and follow up then.
Yeah.
Well, decide what you want.
Hold on.
Because
I wish you hadn't said that because I wanted to decide for
here's
myself.
the thing. Here's where I'm actually having trouble with this now. Is like it should really just be like, did it happen? Like which one's real?
Jameson.
Jameson's real.
Anyway, so Mordrake, Two-Face guy. The spooky story gained a lot of momentum in 1896 when I cannot pronounce this study of medicine. Ophthalmologists.
Yeah.
George M. Gould and Walter L. Pyle included his case in their book Anomalies and Curiosities of Medicine. The fact that two legitimate doctors had written about him seemed to add further credibility. So for a while, people believed this.
It's total hoax.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2015, it took until 2015, Alex Bosey of the Museum of Hoaxes revealed that the original 1895 article was not written by a credible doctor or journalist, but instead by a science fiction author named Charles Lawton Hildreth. The Royal Scientific Society source, completely fabricated, that never existed.
Yeah,
Perfect.
So I've actually seen this guy. I think he's in the... Have you been to the 6th Street Museum? I think it's the Museum of the Weird.
Yes. I haven't been there, but I know what you're talking
I
about.
think he's in that, and it's just like most of the things that are in that are just total. It's total bullshit. It's like P.T. Barnum created.
Yeah, like the Fiji mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's definitely fake.
The only interesting thing P.T. Barnum ever did was boil a whale.
He did.
He boiled a whale.
He boiled a whale.
Whales boil.
Alive.
whale.
Alive.
Coming to the whale, boy. Alive, yeah, they bought a whale alive.
So the alien story, it's disputed because there's only like one source of the story.
The boy.
The boy, but like it's such an old Russian thing that like it's hard to even pin down where the original document came from. But there are like documents that are like, yeah, this kid disappeared and came back.
Right.
This is what he said.
Where'd he get dropped off?
Same, like not too far from the herd he was tending. So like there was missing time they were looking for.
Yeah.
Him. A lot of commonalities with the Betty and Barney Hill stuff where like, telepathy was used. They were experimenting on humans. A lot of other common tropes where it's like, hey, like, you shouldn't go to war, or atomic energy should be used for
Blah,
fuel.
blah, blah.
But the thing is, it's like, obviously, whatever you want to say about the experience he had, it's bullshit. The kid went missing for a while, and like they couldn't find him anywhere, and he wasn't that far.
Kids back then would just disappear.
Sometimes they disappear, they lie, they get molested,
Yeah,
they lie.
yeah. So that's
Make
the
up
dispute.
stories.
Blah, blah, blah.
For
Saw his friend get cut up by a murderer.
Right. Any type of shit.
honestly, the most terrifying story is the real one.
It's the Jameson one.
It's the Jameson one.
I knew that was real. I think you told me about it before.
So yeah, for a while.
Wow, so those sketches were real that I looked up online?
So those are still kind of disputed if those are the real sketches.
Okay, because those were...
it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
I guess if you're watching a girl get eaten, what you sketch is sort of doesn't even matter at that point.
Now, did he partake in the eating?
so I have a follow-up for this story.
I think yes.
I think he ate her.
Remember Assad, the guy that was the translator for him, that was helping him like carry out all his bullshit.
Right.
So Assad actually signed a sworn statement, basically of the story I just told you in 1890, 4 years after the events happened, because it was talked about. People found out about this.
Yeah.
So Jameson was already
went around town telling everyone.
Yeah, he did. He fucking did. So Jameson was dead at this point once the sworn statement was signed. But since his description of the events was confirmed by another witness, the scandal broke out, and the word spread fast from Europe to the U.S., where the story was even published in the New York Times at one point. So Jameson's widow then tried to redeem the memory of her husband by publishing a letter that he was supposed to have written on his deathbed. This writing provided a different version of the events. The whole thing happened so fast that Jameson was powerless to stop the carnage happening before his eyes, which is fucking insane because, like, I didn't think they'd actually do it. Like, that's basically what his deathbed letter
It was
was.
like,
she wrote that letter.
What? Wait, I'm sorry. He was like, no, stop. Okay, I'll sketch it.
I'll sketch it.
Oh, God,
Commit this to
no,
memory.
please. I told you not to do it. Oh, God, I'm still sketching, of course, but no, go stop. Like,
Also,
what the fuck?
You go that far, you're not going to stop there.
No.
Right. You're already
You're having a
massacring
nice-
people.
You're getting a nice plate.
The tip is in. The tip is in. You're going to go all in.
Yeah. When you play just the tip,
No.
it's not just to see how it feels.
You
know how
go all
it's
the
gonna
way
feel.
in.
Yeah.
One time there was a guy in my fraternity who lied about fucking a girl, and she was like, no, he just put the tip in, and then we stopped because I didn't want to. But he said he fucked her, and for the rest of his time in the fraternity, we called him Scotty Tippin.
Oh, like Scottie Pippen?
Yeah.
Bet he loved that.
He never knew.
Oh, you
He
did
never knew that she told us. We were just like, yeah, you fucked her. We were like, we're calling you Scotty Tippin because we're just making up funny names for people.
Why didn't you just lay it on him? We would have just totally been like, you lied.
It was funnier for us for him to not know.
I actually did that to a fraternity brother one time. I made a nickname for him that I knew would annoy him because I wouldn't tell him what it meant. And I knew it. I went in being like, hey, we're going to nickname him this for no reason. We're not going to tell him why. We're going to laugh about it. It's going to drive him nuts. We did it for like a week. He couldn't take it anymore. I had to admit it. I was like, it doesn't mean anything.
What's up, Scooter? He's like, what the fuck? What?
We changed one letter in his name to like, we switched to H for an R. So
I would kill someone for
Scotty
that.
Tippin's good. Could have called him Mike Jones, too.
Why?
Still tipping on 4 fouls.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, in the letter, which many suspect to be a fake written by Jameson's friends, there were some details such as the 6 handkerchiefs used to buy the little girl, corresponding to the interpreter's report. If the letter's purpose was to restore a posthumous honor to Jameson, the strategy proved to be rather weak. The situation became even more confused when Assad withdrew his charges, declaring he had been misunderstood. Everyone basically figured it out, though, that in all likelihood he had been forced to retract the accusations by Belgian officers in the area at the time to kind of help their case, too.
Well, that's handy for Belgium.
Yeah.
And for it's handy for Jameson that Belgium existed.
Yeah, because they're like, we don't want people knowing about
Right,
this
right,
shit.
right.
Yeah.
The Wild West in fucking Congo once Belgium got there. Goddamn.
Yeah. But
Well.
although a number of gray areas still remain about what exactly happened,
Although, presumably, those people were cannibals before Jameson got there.
yeah, I think the issue is that he thought of it as like Oh, this
fun
is a delight.
sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bought a girl to
Yeah.
get eaten.
With 6 handkerchiefs.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm sure they were valuable, but
Right.
good God. So,
And also, that's some sort of like weird racial porn on his part where he's like, I want to watch savages
yeah.
feast.
I saw a
good
child
Lord.
play with a ruby the size of a tangerine.
Right. They just want to watch a girl get
He
eaten.
tossed it to the side. It's a good sport for him.
Another witness remembered that back when Jameson came back, he had no problem telling the story, that he didn't realize the gravity of his actions until long afterwards.
Yeah,
which
probably.
I see it that way. He was like, dude, I just got back from Congo.
You won't believe what I fucking saw.
Dude.
Holy shit, man.
It's like, that's like the disturbing European colonial version of going to a ping pong show in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a donkey show in Tijuana.
Yes. That's
Basically, the
probably
quote was,
more accurate.
life is very cheap in Central Africa. Mr. Jameson forgot how differently this terrible thing would be regarded at home. During those dreadful years in Congo, while regularly committing massacres, Europeans treated natives like cattle. So from the colonist point of view, 6 handkerchiefs were clearly worth a gory and unforgettable show.
What? Look, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm a product of my time, but I feel like it seems like even people of that time, by and large, even rich people who owned property in colonies or whatever, would have been fucking horrified by that and would have in no way wanted to watch that.
Yeah. Like,
It doesn't seem like almost anyone, would have been like, "Well, good show. Let's go watch a group of blacks eat another black."
yeah, it's hard to, like, I'm sure there were people with odd or horrifying perversions and interests, but I feel like the fact that someone else was like, yeah,
This
he
is
talked
fucked
about
even-
this shit a lot.
This is fucked even for the time.
Yeah, they were like, dude, what?
I don't know. This isn't fucked. I mean, look, obviously,
Yeah, I think
if this actually
the
happened,
whole concept of eating another human being is usually
right?
horrifying
And those
in
the
itself,
people that
yeah.
murdered her and ate her are also, of course, horrific human beings. I don't really care what their thought process was, but like with Jameson, like, dude, I guarantee everyone else at the time was like, "What did you do?
So,
What the fuck?"
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
shit they would make up about like a group like Indians and whatnot, like savages.
Yeah, I mean, there were cannibals
Yeah.
in, that's not a made up thing, but
no, it's definitely, I mean, it happened in islands in the Pacific. It's happened across the world.
it happened in South and Central America, happened in Africa for sure. But
Happens
like,
sickos in North America. Yeah,
dude, it's not, the point is not about the cannibals who are, of course, horrifying people, but like, dude,
the pleasure of
the
it.
fuck is wrong with you?
The finding novelty in that.
Yeah,
But
god
I think
damn.
something that someone else this isn't like verified or anything like that, but someone was like, it is possible that these dudes weren't even cannibals. They were just like,
Did he watch them eat her?
Yeah.
Or did he watch them cut her up?
So they never
There's a
say
whole
that
process.
they never said that he specifically watched them eat her.
Right. Right. So that's where I'm at now.
Yeah, some just took the body parts back to their house. Some just washed the body parts in a river and then kind of started filleting them. But I don't think they ever specify specifically they watched them eat her. But that's what he said he saw.
You're
But-
saying they're butchers?
I'm saying
Not
maybe
eating their
he
own meat?
paid normal tribesmen, whatever, to murder someone and cut her up like they were you know what I mean?
They were, and if you think about
They put on cannibal face for him to.
the context too that, these people have been massacring all of us. This one's giving us some fucking silk and they want us to kill her. If we don't, what are they going to do?
What if they were also like feeding her, and they're like, "Oh, look at him, sick fuck! Like, he actually did it."
They were having a gross out moment too.
Like, oh,
He's like being shoe nice. It's like, man, these white guys are nuts.
like, yeah, we just killed her and cut her up, but you ate her.
Yeah. The thought process is that maybe they knew what kind of atrocities had happened already and they were kind of terrified of this dude being there at all. And they're like, whatever you say, man,
does, yeah.
we'll put on a show for
6
you.
still characters sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, sick, man. Just get out of here.
So he's Hitler.
It's easily him.
Jameson seems like Hitler.
And if
It's
you
an
drink
easy one.
Jameson, you are a Nazi.
Hitler adjacent, yeah.
Yeah.
I never liked Jameson, to be quite honest, and I'm not saying that now.
When
People are like, JMO shots, let's go. And that's like a big bartender thing, by the way.
I'm gonna
like if your friend, if you're
retroactively after hearing this story, I'll never drink Jameson again.
That's brave, man.
And you know what? Every time I did drink Jameson, I hated it.
Now here's the real question: are you gonna watch the Qatar World Cup?
Now check it out. No, because it's soccer.
Yeah, real ball buster there, man. Real brain teaser for Dan.
Van.
Oh wow. Is it in the middle of the summer when nothing else is going on? Sure. Is it going on in the middle of football season? No, thank you.
Yeah, definitely not watching it at that point.
When is it?
It's like
during
in a
Christmas.
week. Or it's in. I think it starts in November. Yeah. But either way.
But all the
Football,
stadiums were built by
basketball.
slaves.
Yeah, I heard they have like a sober up tent where it's like people can sober up there, and I'm pretty sure it just means if we see you drunk, we're putting you in this fucking jail.
No, Qatar ain't gonna fuck with a white person.
No, if you're spending money there,
They already have bad press. I guess you don't want to do.
Like
it's not that. It's like Dubai. You can buy a pass.
Right. Yeah. It's not. They're not worried about that. Qatar, you can do whatever you want if you're a white person. The problem is though they like used a bunch of Indian and Pakistani like slaves to essentially build all the state. Dude, they killed more people than 9/11.
I don't understand why we don't just have these fucking world tournaments.
All of them in
super
America?
developed nations. Like fuck it, Canada can do it. Canada can do the World Cup.
No, you can do 3. You can do 3 every year, or like every. You can do North America because North America and South America are in the same time zone, right? So you can do America, Canada. You can do. Honestly, you could even do South America. They have enough stadiums. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then you can do.
Well, Brazil had a fucking hard time last time
They
the World
did.
Cup came.
But here's
around.
the thing, Rob. Fused slaves build steel beams.
What?
I said fused slaves build steel beams.
It's true.
I'm trying to make a jet fuel.
Well, he said it killed more than 9/11.
Yeah.
Well, that's something to ponder. So obviously we know who today's Hitler is,
It's Jameson.
and yeah,
And also, like, genuinely, I don't like Jameson.
that's what, if you should take anything away from this episode.
Whiskey. Like,
y'all,
I know I'm Irish and all this shit. Not a big JMO whiskey
I liked
guy.
it in college with like I would do like Jameson and ginger. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was- it was-
I
That's
liked
fine, but
Jameson
it's ginger.
until 20 minutes ago.
Dan's got a bottle in the truck right now. He's gonna
Yeah,
go
he's gonna
pour
fucking
out.
Slam it.
Yeah.
Screaming "Go Phillies" as he drives home.
Honestly, the game part of this was just a way for me to try and make it fun. There were just 3 stories I wanted to tell.
It's fair.
I'm going to burn my bottle like when somebody leaves their sports team, their jersey.
Yeah.
I'm going to burn a bottle of Jameson and then throw it into a window and hopefully not into a Congolese restaurant.
This is offensive on so many levels.
Oh wait, you have to ask what we learned today too.
Yeah, what'd you learn today?
The Jameson's piece of shit.
Yeah, the heir to the Jameson empire.
I already knew all that about
Yeah,
goddamn Congo and
in Belgium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But goddamn, do they make a waffle?
yeah, stroop waffles are good too. All right,
And
well,
rubber's used in a lot of things.
there's a lot of
It's
rubber
a
out there.
valuable resource.
Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/softcore history. Again, like Rob said, we're going to have Monday through Friday articles daily. Thanks, Rob, for doing
Patreon,
that.
extra episode every Wednesday.
Extra episode every Wednesday.
Check out
Got a really good one.
softwarehistory.com for some merch. If you want some Topsy the Elephant tees or just some, name logoed shirts. We got a bunch of stuff there. Probably going to work on some gear for Christmas coming up. And then, leave a review if you can. Really helps us climb up the charts on Apple. 5 stars on Spotify as well if you can. And thank you. We love you.
For Rob Fox and Dan Regester, I'm Jake Goldman.
You just got soft served.